Hello, welcome. I hope you guys are well today. Happy Monday. We're going to take a look at the energy coming through for this week. Thank you, Spirit, angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Thank you to your higher self that's able to receive this message. Let's take a look and see what comes out here. The energy for the week, the guidance, the encouragement that we can offer. Truth. What's the energy coming out for this week? Yes. Power to the chosen people. Page of Wands coming through as the energy of the week. Supporting that is the Ace of Wands. New energy. New supported energy. Any challenges around this week? Definitely knowing who we are this week. The challenges, the Queen of Cups, it may be around self-care or just having really good boundaries around yourself and what's needed. The support coming in is the Five of Pentacles. And then the outcome. What's the outcome? I feel like this week has started with the Page of Wands is there's this open space trying to figure out what needs to be created, what that energy is, that space that we're entering into a space that's waiting to be created. Almost like having just a very beautiful sense of being able to create what it is that we want. So Spirit could very well be saying you can have the type of week that you want to have. It's up to you and what you make it, what you want it to be. All these wands coming out. Page of Wands, Ace of Wands, and then ending with the King of Wands. You are the master, is what we'll end up finding out this week. You are the master of your life, the creator. What we don't see is the magician. The fact that you have everything that you need to create the desires of your heart. You have all the tools, all of the capabilities to do that. For someone, this is a second ace. This may be just, your ability to start something new or to enter into this new energy with a sense of newness and being sure of yourself with the Strength card. Not boasting or haughtiness, but just being sure of who you are. It's neither here nor there. It just is what it is. And putting in the hard work to get where you're getting, to get to where you need to be. You've already done that possibly with the Eight of Pentacles. It's just a matter of defining it. So yeah, I feel that with the Page of Wands. It's just a matter of defining that. Why is the Page of Wands here this week as the encouragement of the week? Seven of Cups with the King of Swords, defining it. What it is and what it's not, right? What's good and what's not good. It's actually taking a look and being able to name it. What is it that you want to get out of this week? It's up to you. I feel like not even weekly, every day we get an opportunity to start fresh and to create the energy that we want to exude, that we want to exist in for that day. Spirit is saying for this week, it might be wise to sit down and be intentional with what it is that you want to get out of this week. Maybe you're already doing this. Maybe you've already done this and you've claimed that this is going to be this kind of week, or this week I'm going to go ahead and accomplish this. This is the energy I feel like we're in. The King of Swords is like taking control and realizing your sense of ability and responsibility to specify what that is. The King of Swords is all about communication. It's all about mindset, right? And so this week we start off with this energy of being able to set the mood, the tone, being able to set the goal from the beginning. And what's coming in as a support is the Ace of Wands, right? For some of you, you could be starting something new. Maybe you've determined that last week was going to be the last week that you were going to do something specific. You're starting something fresh, or you are entering into a new commitment for yourself. But what is this Ace of Wands? It feels a little bit magical for me. This deck has 3 feathers floating, which for me specifies like an element of something that's not really normal. There's something abnormal happening, but it's good, right? And it could talk about the help that you have this week. The feathers kind of give me angelic energy, but we have the Judgment and the Devil coming out here, clarifying this Ace of Wands, this very magical energy or this element of help coming in for you. Could be something that you realize has helped you to overcome some difficulty here. You know how sometimes you get to a point past a difficult situation and then you look back and you're like, oh, wow. You see something that you didn't see while you were in it. Some element that you didn't necessarily realize was working for you at the time. And you look back and you're like, wow, I didn't even see that. I didn't realize that that was helping me along. That's kind of like the energy that I feel. Whatever this new beginning, this new thought, this new opportunity is kind of like helping you overcome some difficulty in this situation. This may be something that you came to realize you have at your disposal too. I get that energy. But whatever it is, it comes to release you from any restrictions that may hold you back from this help that's coming in to support you being able to name and utilize the power that you have to have the kind of week that you want, right? There's something that's being neutralized when it comes to the restrictions that you have. It's helping you overcome any obstacles with this Ace of Wands. And it is a sense of magical energy. I feel like you have some help coming in. And this could be, with the Judgment, I'm feeling it could be some form of announcement that you're hearing that's going to let you know that you are heavily supported here. Why is the Queen of Cups coming in as the challenge? Another 2. We have the 2 of Pentacles. This challenge may be around you taking care of yourself, taking the time with the Hermit and the 2 of Pentacles to actually take care of yourself properly this week. Sometimes, especially with the 2 of Wands, that's given me overextending, right? Sometimes we don't necessarily realize that we're doing too much. And so sometimes we have to be reminded of that. This week, Spirit is saying, don't do too much. And the amazing thing is that sometimes when we release the stress of the moment, when we release some of us, we don't feel accomplished unless we've written out a task list. And it's like, okay, if I could do this, this, and this, I'll feel accomplished. But sometimes you can ball up that list and throw it away and focus on taking care of yourself. And miraculously, you found that you got more done by crumbling up your list and taking care of yourself than you would have if you went into overdrive, right? And overextending yourself. Well, the Queen of Cups comes in to let you know that you will get more done this week if you focus on your internal health and wholeness. It'll automatically just get done. I had an experience like that these last couple of days. There's like a peace that came over me like maybe 2 or 3 days ago. And it's like, I just began, when I released, the task list and the burden of feeling like I have all these things to do, to catch up on, I just released it. And miraculously, I've just been doing this and that without feeling like it's a task list. I just been doing it. Like last night, I was watching some of my favorite stuff. And while I was watching, I was just kind of cleaning and dusting here and there and doing this and that. And I was like, wow, I did everything that I wanted to do this weekend. I worked, but at the same time, I got things cleaned. I did some remodeling in my bath. Like I got all this stuff done. And it wasn't on a task list. I got it done through taking care of myself and relaxing and enjoying, the relaxing time that I felt like I should be having. Even though I was still doing everything I needed to do, other things got done. So there's something about the Queen of Cups here that says, take care of yourself. Focus on your wholeness this week and allow yourself to be led. to do what needs to be done. And you'll find that you may get more done by taking care of yourself than you would by creating that task list and going into overdrive. The Five of Pentacles, interestingly, comes in as the support. There's something changing within your physical existence. There's something changing in your health. There may, for some of you, be something changing in your financial situation. If you stop trying to make things happen with the Four of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles and focus on the work, but not trying to make anything happen. Focus on the principle instead of the workload, if that makes sense. Focus on the principle of aligning yourself mentally, not necessarily having to feel like you have to line everything up. If you focus mentally on mastery, then everything will fall in line. I hear Spirit saying with this Five of Pentacles, there's something about you focus, the way that you have changed your focus, or the way that you will change your focus this week around how you do things practically, and pulling back, that's going to actually change your environment. It's going to change your health, right? Your wholeness. Overall, if something's going to change here this week because of where your focus is being placed. And if you are someone who, and I'm hearing Virgo, I'm hearing Aquarius, you tend to be very action oriented. You like things in order. And I'm not, faulting you for that. That's a beautiful thing. But Spirit is saying there's a way to not place that burden on yourself that's going to be heavy. There's a way to not have to have everything perfect. And, sometimes we need, and I'm that way too. I'm not even a Virgo or an Aquarius, but sometimes I can be OCD about things, emotional things though. But Virgo and Aquarius tend to be very OCD about having things in order and having to have things a certain way and being able to see how things are going to play out, right? But there's something about releasing that and focusing more on the mastery of it, the mastery of self. That's going to lighten your load. So what you focus on, how you focus and get things done is going to be very important this week. And then the King of Wands coming out in the outcome says that you will reach the goal. We started off with the Page of Wands, which is this very novice type of energy. And then we end with the King of Wands, which is mastery level. So why is the King of Wands in the outcome here for the encouragement for this week? We have lots of wands that came out here. And so this could be Two of Wands coming out, another two. This could also be about just the type of choices that we make this week. That's going to make all of the difference. Though you may feel like you have the world on your shoulders, it's all in the way that you handle it and approach it. And putting yourself first, I feel like it's going to be huge. Like I said, sometimes you can have a day where you're going to focus completely on yourself, focus on staying, in the present moment, staying attached to yourself mentally, spiritually, energetically, and you find that you get more done than you would have if you wrote that task list, right? There's something about the way that you will do things this week that can actually cause you to get more done and to land solidly on your feet. With the Two of Wands and the Six of Wands, like, I feel a level up this week for somebody. I do. I feel a level up this week, like a major surprise of how things will turn out this week. When you release the burden of having to have it go down a certain way, this might be a good week to allow yourself to try a different method. I'm going to grab a couple of oracle cards before we end out today's reading. You're going to start off one way, and you're going to end a whole nother way this week. if you're tapped into this message. And you'll be pleasantly surprised. By the end of the week, you'll be feeling like you're floating on cloud 9. Like, I really did that. Okay. It's almost like you'll find a new method this week. Yeah. We have protection coming out. This might be a very good week to protect your energy and to be very selective. There's something here that's being birthed this week within you that needs to be protected. Every time we receive something new, it's important to protect it, especially when it's in the early developments, so we don't allow anything or anyone to come and pluck that out before we could actually develop it and, see any type of visible proof that that thing has been birthed and has been brought into fruition. So you may be needing to be very protective of your energy this week. Yeah. We also have Soar, which talks about that energy of floating on cloud 9 by the end of the week. I feel like you'll be feeling really good and accomplished. You may, in fact, reach a place this week where you realize you don't have to do a lot. You're just kind of soaring because you've reached a certain level, or there's a certain level of accomplishments you'll reach, and it won't feel heavy, and you'll just be able to kind of soar with it. This week may also prevent things that may attempt to trigger you, so be careful of that. Things coming in to trigger you this week. Mentally, there could be things that you'll run into, people that you'll run into that could potentially, if you're not aware, take you back. Okay? All the more reason to be really attuned into yourself and what's happening. Because if you are, you'll see this and you won't allow it to take you back or trigger you to where you are in this very unconscious state of being. Okay? For you, there's nothing new under the sun that's happening this week. Okay? You just have to be aware of yourself as you're traveling through this week. Be open to try new things, new methods. This is a perfect week to do that with the Page of Wands. This week, you may even find yourself learning things at an accelerated pace. Like what would have normally taken you 3 or 4 months to learn, you might be able to learn it this week. There's something, I wonder what's happening in the astrology. I'll have to take a look. But this week seems very, the energy just seems very high, vibrational, amped up. And so I'm going to take a look at the astrology and see if there's some special alignment happening this week, because this is good energy to be working with this week. So if there's something you've been wanting to do, this might be the week to allow yourself to dabble in that. You may find yourself pleasantly surprised with it, okay? Remember to be protective of your energy, though. All right, that's what I feel this week. Let's take a look at the energies that came out. We have the Page of Wands, which is fire energy, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. We have the Ace of Wands, the same. It is Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, lots of fire energy. We do have the Queen of Cups, which is water energy. I believe this is going to be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. That might be Scorpio energy. We have the Five of Pentacles, which is Taurus energy, and then the King of Wands, which is again the fire element, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. So lots of fire element out here this week, which lets you know, even though it's cold, something's going to be on fire. I feel like it is your ability to make things, happen very interestingly. You may find yourself in this very inquisitive space, this very tenacious energy, like you want to do or complete, you want to create, you want to dabble, right? Allow yourself to. You're going to be pleasantly surprised, I feel. Okay, so that's the energy I have coming out here. Thank you so much for stopping in. Let me know if you have questions. If it resonates, comment. Let me know what you think. And we'll see you next time. Blood Moon Oracle, Leticia, and take care, my love bugs. Enjoy this energy. Okay, bye.